Hello and welcome to the third episode of the Creating a Profitable Forex Trading Strategy series. In the last episodes of this brand new series, I showed you where and how to start, discussed the risk management methodology and tested several indicators to find my C1 and exit indicators. For those who are following this series, you already know that my confirmation indicator is the UT bot and my exit indicator is the Arun. And for those of you who haven't seen the latest episodes yet, no, these indicators were not randomly chosen. In total, 65 different indicators were analyzed in backtests that included an analysis of more than 35,000 trades. So, if you didn't see those episodes, I'm going to leave the link to them in the description. For those who already saw it, let's move forward to this episode objective. Test and choose our volume indicator. Let's go! As I mentioned in the first episode, I am creating this forex strategy based on the NNFX trading method. And so, according to NNFX, after backtesting and choosing our exit indicator, we should start our backtests to volume indicators. A volume indicator is an indicator that has the simple purpose of identifying the strength of market trends and, for this reason, confirming price movements. And how? When there is a high volume of trades during a price increase, it indicates that the bullish trend is likely to continue, and the same applies to bearish trends. On the other hand, a low volume of trades during a price increase or decrease could indicate that the trend may not be sustainable. In practice, this crucial indicator should eliminate the largest number of false signals given by the confirmation indicator that have no sufficient volume, while maintaining the profitable entry signals. In this way, we will increase the win rate of our strategy, we will reduce the drawdown, we will cut some of the commissions and swaps that we would pay to our broker due to the fact that the number of trades will decrease, and who knows if we will not be able to increase the strategy's final net profit. But keep in mind that the main objective will be to increase the win rate of the strategy. And how do you know which one is the best volume indicator for your strategy? It's simple, you just have to backtest a lot of different indicators of this nature in the same way we tested confirmation and exit indicators. I will give you a simple example before jumping to the big backtests. So here we have our strategy at the moment, which is pretty simple. For a long position, the UT bot has to give a buy signal, and for a short position, it has to print a sell signal on the chart. Then we exit a trade if our stop loss or take profit won are hit, if the UT bot prints a new signal, or if the Arun gives a signal in the opposite direction of our trade. I won't talk much more about the exit criteria because you can check out all the details in the second episode of this series. And here you can see two valid trades. The first one was a profitable one, but the second one was a loser. Now let's insert a basic volume indicator, like the volume oscillator, to see what the volume indicator can do. So, as you can see, this indicator is pretty simple to use. When the blue line, which is the volume, is above the zero level, it means that there is high volume on the market. And so, by using this volume indicator, we would only consider signals from the UT bot if this line is above the zero level. On the first trade, you can see that these criteria were met, so the entry was valid. But on the second one, the volume oscillator was below the zero level, which means that there is a good probability that the short signal from the UT bot is not sustainable. And so, we won't enter in that position, and by doing so, we will avoid this losing trade. Of course, these were just two examples. We cannot say that the volume oscillator will be our volume indicator. We will have to backtest it on a large sample, and that's exactly what we are going to do next. Like on the other backtests from the other episodes, in this first backtest I'm going to perform it on a lot of different volume indicators. I'm going to use only the in-sample data of the 8 pairs I told you about in the first episode, and then I'm going to show you the results before moving forward to the out-of-sample test. Sounds good? Let's go! Hello, it's me on the voiceover, just to let you know that in the same way I tested confirmation and exit indicators in the last episodes, now I am doing the same thing but using different volume indicators. I am testing the indicators with the help of my backtesting bot and taking note of the stats regarding the net profit, number of trades, win rate and max drawdown. And yes, for each volume indicator that I analyze, I have to make changes in my bot's code. It takes some time, but it is an essential step. And, of course, in this way, the backtest process becomes extremely faster. In 1 hour, I can probably make backtesting work that will take you some months to perform manually. The idea is that after the end of these backtests of several indicators, I will be able to compare them and discover which ones were more efficient. And here we have all the results. I tested about 30 different volume indicators and put them in this table to compare them. Like I said in the last episode, here there is no specific number of indicators to test, but the more you test, the better, as you increase the probability of finding good indicators. As you can see, the indicators that improve the win rate of the strategy the most under these conditions were the choppiness index, the range market detector, the breadth filter, and the quadrature explosion. And they were indicators that not only increase the system's win rate, but also increase its efficiency, as we can see when looking at the values of the return over max drawdown ratio. So now, to find which is the most consistent, I'm going to apply them to my out-of-sample data. Hello, it's me on the voiceover again, just to let you know that now I'm just applying the top 4 volume indicators to the out-of-sample data, so we can later compare all the stats and find out which indicator is more consistent. This will be a faster backtest. And here we have the results of both samples of the 4 best tested volume indicators side by side. Also, you can see here the results of the UT bot plus the exit indicator and exit conditions presented in the last episode. In the big picture, all these volume indicators gave acceptable results in both samples, but we only want one, so we have to carefully evaluate the whole statistic. First, I would like that you pay attention to the number of trades. It is expected that the number of trades will drop, because we know that most of the time the forex market is sideways. And we want to get the maximum performance in the fewest trades possible, so that we have even fewer costs related to commissions. And by analyzing this statistic, we can verify that the breadth filter indicator is the one that had more trades, meaning that we will have more costs associated with using this indicator than any other. And, as such, it will be the first volume indicator that I will eliminate from our list. Looking now at the 3 other indicators and evaluating the stats improvement, we can see that the one that had more improvements was the quadrature explosion. The win rate of both samples increased, as well as its efficiency, visible by the increase of the return over max drawdown ratio. Furthermore, this indicator is the one that can be the most optimized, due to the number of constants that we can change in its settings. And so, our volume indicator for our forex strategy will be the quadrature explosion. In order not to extend this episode much longer, I will carry out off-camera some optimizations to this indicator to verify whether it's possible to improve the performance of our strategy even more or not. And in the next episode, I will share with you my results. Of course, you can and should do your backtests to find out if this indicator can work well in your strategy or not. If you want, you can have access to this trading bot now with the quadrature explosion as the volume indicator, in order to carry out your backtest in seconds with the most real and efficient results possible. For more information, check out the description. And so ends today's episode. Next week, we will address another type of indicator that will increase the win rate and performance of our strategy even more. And I will again perform several backtests with my samples, and I will show you the whole process. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel and turn on the notifications so you don't miss any episodes. I hope you enjoyed it and above all that you learned something new. Be well, thank you, bye bye.